Good afternoon and welcome to Westminster, home of La Quinta High School, the Aztecs, but today home to the OC Legends. Another edition of California K-Drats Baseball here on Spreaker. Glad you guys could tune in today. Zach Anderson, Yoxheimer with you guys as we get started just about a couple of minutes after 4:30 p.m. here on July the 1st. Moving the calendar over to July and moving closer to Independence Day, the 4th of July holiday this weekend, as the K-Drats taking on the Legends for the second time this season. The K-Drats in their first game against the OC Legends won 9-2 back on Clark Field on Father's Day. But since both teams having somewhat of a different type of rally coming into here for the Legends, they're coming in winners of their last 3 in a row, 4 of 5 wins in Sunset League since they lost to the K-Drats. And the K-Drats are coming in with 2 consecutive losses, one to the East LA Dodgers, 10-1 on Sunday morning. And then yesterday, an 11-9 back-and-forth thriller against the Arroyo Seco Sentinels, ensuring they've dropped 2 of 3 to the Sentinels, which has now bunched up the Sunset League standings quite a bit. We'll get to that more later as we're about ready for first pitch here at La Quinta High School. Up steps Henry Suarez to lead things off for the K-Drats in their all-gray unis today. Blue patches on the side, red numbers and letters in the nifty stirrups, while the Legends go orange jerseys, white pants. Looking to kick things off, Henry Suarez, Jason Bush, and Jonathan Enriquez with the K-Drats. Today on the bump for OC, it is Sterling Losacero, lefty on the bump. So Losacero against Suarez. First pitch is lifted into left field. This one will drop in for a leadoff single as Suarez kicks things off for the K-Drats, only their 3rd leadoff hitter to reach this summer, but the 3rd consecutive game in which the leadoff hitter has reached. It's now been Josh Hernandez and Henry Suarez, the lone 2 K-Drats to make it on base to lead off the game, as Jason Bush yesterday hit a go-ahead grand slam in the 7th inning. Has seen himself vaulted up the lineup. Losacero. Second pitch of the game, and that one misses outside, 1-0. So the lineup here today for the K-Drats. It's Suarez, Bush, Enriquez, Gastapoulos, Francois Armijo, Troy Scott, a new addition to the K-Drats lineup, Tito Robles, Joey Gold, and Jared Jeffrey. That one also misses to Bush, 2-0. Sterling Losacero, lefty on the bump, as we set you guys up defensively for the OC Legends, who step in 5-5. The K-Drats this summer, 6-5. Suarez short lead at first, and the 2-0 once again misses outside, 3-0 to Jason Bush. Left to right on the infield, it's John Shakur. At short, it's Justin Santoyo. At second, Miles Jenkins. And at first, Tommy Thrasher, as the 3-0 misses upstairs for ball 4. So now runners at first and second, nobody out for the K-Drats. And here's Jonathan Enriquez, who goes from the 2-hole to the 3 spot.
Center fielder number 57, Jonathan Enriquez.
Left to right on the outfield, it's Jaden Lopez, Sam Dinnerman, and Brett Zank. Catching Ryan Ruiz. The Legends defensively. K-Drats found themselves trailing early yesterday, down 3 runs, down 2 runs late, overcoming both deficits, only to blow one late in the 8th inning. A 9-6 lead that found themselves on the wrong end of an 11-9 loss to the Sentinels. But already first and second, nobody out. And the first pitch from Losacero to Enriquez misses upstairs, 1-0. Gastapoulos awaits on deck. A little bit of some lineup changes here today for head coach Joe Magno, flipping things around. The 1-0 is a fastball upstairs, 2-0. It's Enriquez, Gastapoulos, and then Julian Francois, who works his way up the lineup into the 5 spot. Looking to score first here against the Red Hot Legends. 2 on the way. Is a called strike, 2-1. Enriquez looking to drive in the first runs of the game for the K-Drats here today. Leadoff hit by Suarez, a 4-pitch walk to Bush. Long look, the 2-1 is nubbed off the end of the bat, right to the second baseman right there. That's Jenkins who catches it for out number 1. And Enriquez will be retired for the first out of the inning. Here's Kostopoulos looking for a chance to drive home the first Cage Rats run of the inning here in the top of the first inning.
Up next for the Cage Rats, the designated hitter out of UC Davis, number 25, Matt Kostopoulos.
Kostopoulos had a big AB yesterday. Bases loaded, 1 out. Worked the walk, cut a 6-4 deficit to 6-5, and that set the stage for Jason Bush's go-ahead grand slam at that very moment. Bush currently standing at first base. The pitch to Kostopoulos misses upstairs, 1-0. Kostopoulos has been relegated to DHing duties so far this summer. As it's 1-0 the count from Los Acero. Looking to score some runs against the red-hot Legends offense that will come up to hit. And the 1-0 to Kostopoulos is a strike, 1-1. There's a home run this summer. That was on Saturday against the East LA Dodgers. Tied the game at 1 apiece. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 on for the Cage Rats. Pitch on its way to Kostopoulos is 1 hop right to third, the turn to second, the flip to first, and an inning-ending 5-4-3 double play. Shakur to Jenkins to Zicoli. And the Cage Rats had 2 on with nobody out and couldn't even score. And Joe Magno having a word with Henry Suarez. And it ain't a pleasant one as Jose Castellon comes to take on the mound. Cage Rats, an early threatening rally, goes to nothing. No score heading to the bottom of the first inning on the Cage Rats live stream. Bottom of the first inning, no score here in Westminster at La Quinta High School. The Legends coming up to hit as the Cage Rats wasted a first and second opportunity with nobody out. Couldn't do anything. Didn't score. Now it's Jose Castellon who steps in on the bump. First is Justin Santoyo. His first pitch is fouled away. And we're underway here in the bottom of the first. 0-1 the count to Santoyo. For the Cage Rats defensively, this is how they look. It's Castellon on the bump. Jason Bush catching him. Left to right in the infield. That's Tito Robles, Julian Francois, Calix Armijo, and Jared Jeffrey. As the 0-1 is lifted into left field, coming in is Henry Suarez, who will make the catch on the run. As we work our way around the outfield for the first out of the inning, it's Henry Suarez, Jonathan Enriquez, And the newcomer to the mix, Troy Scott, starting today in right field. So 1 out, nobody on for Miles Jenkins for the Legends. Cassian, a lot better start in his second appearance in Sunset League play. The first one yielded a couple of home runs. His second one, a lot better against the Sentinels, looking to continue some successes. His first pitch to Jenkins misses 1-0. One ball, no strikes as Cassian has it lifted over the head of Enrijo at second into right center. Jenkins hustling for two. The throw from Enriquez will be close and not in time to get Jenkins sliding in safely for a 1-out double. Rudely and promptly greets him with a line drive shot the opposite way in the gap. And now it's the Legends' turn with the runner in scoring position and only 1 out.
For the Legends, the first baseman out of McLennan Community College, number 34, John Sicoli.
Here's John Sicoli, who steps in, lefty swinger. Jenkins stands at second base after his 1-out double. Sicoli looking to drive home the first run of today's game. 3 wins in a row for the Legends, and breaking ball from Cassian in there for a strike. We were chatting before the game on how we'd like to locate his fastball, use his breaking ball more as a secondary pitch here today, but first pitch breaking ball to the number 3 hitter, Sicoli. This time misses inside, looks like a changeup. 1-1. Would like more two-seam action on the fastball at his location and would lead to a successful outing for him. Lives and dies a little bit by the fly ball, so pitching him at home isn't always the best opportunity for him as the 1-1 misses outside. 2-1 at Clark Field, where, it's a bandbox, a tiny place to hit home runs. Combined 20 runs scored yesterday between the Sentinels and Cage Rats. Although this field here is no bigger, only 360 about to dead center as this one's lined up the middle for a base hit into center. Enriquez will hustle home. Here's the throw. Jenkins looking to score. The throw to second base from Jeffrey to take down the runner advancing to second in Sicoli. Jeffrey throws to Francois to tag out Sicoli at second, but Jenkins, hustling all the way around, is safe at home. He scores, and the Legends on the board first with 2 outs now as the 1-out single by Sicoli turns into an RBI single, but he advances to second. Well, he tried to and was hosed. So now 2 outs, nobody on for Tommy Thrasher. 1-0 Legends. They get on the board first. First pitch is grounded into left field for a base knock. 3 hits here in the inning for the Legends. And already a run to show for it. And a 2-out base runner for John Shakur. Following him is Brett Zank as we go through the rest of the Legends lineup. Zank, Jaden Lopez, Ryan Ruiz, Justin Armand, and Sam Dinnerman. Shakur steps in. 1 on, 2 outs. They check on the runner at first. Jeffrey, I believe, getting his first appearance at first base for the Cage Rats this summer. For Kyle Rawlings, who had some good ABs recently, but a rough day yesterday, popping up a couple times in some big locations. First pitch is lifted into left by Shakur, and that's caught by Suarez. So 3 outs on the inning, but 3 hits for the Legends. Scores a run, an RBI single by Sicoli. Makes it 1-0 Legends as we head to the top of the second. The Cage Rats look to get that run back here on the Cage Rats Audio Network. Here we are, top of the second inning. Julian Francois leading things off for the Cage Rats, down 1-0 to the Legends. Francois, Armijo, and Troy Scott due up for the Cage Rats. Francois looking to get on base here against Los Acero. First pitch is a breaking ball in the dirt, 1-0. Cage Rats wasting an early opportunity, and Joe Magno in between innings having a chat with today's starting left fielder, Suarez. Maybe telling him along the lines of maybe you need to advance from second to third. You're getting big leads between second and third base. As Los Aceros pitch to Francois is lined into right field for a base hit. And the Cage Rats another leadoff single. This time from Francois, and you can expect him to steal pretty soon. And maybe what Joe Magno is telling Suarez, you got to pick up the signs, or this is what this means. Because Suarez, with some speed, was not picking up anything. And here's the Sunset League reigning player of the week, Calix Armijo. Nobody out here, top two. 1-0 Legends. Los Acero with the runner going. Pitch taken. Francois will slide in safely, stealing the bag. The throw away from Ruiz. I'm not sure he had a chance really with Francois, but he steals second, getting to second base on the steal. Pitch misses upstairs to Armijo. Now a good favorable count to drive home a run with still nobody out, as the Cage Rats look to knot things up at 1 here in the second inning. Nice calm day, light breeze here in Westminster. Not too hot, not too cold. The 1-0 is a strike, the steal from Francois, and he slides in safely into the third base bag. Took off, barely gets in before the throw from Ruiz. Armijo takes strike one. Francois steals third. 2 steals for Francois, and now Armijo has basically been up there for a hot second. As a runner at third base, all he needs is a ground ball up the middle to score the run. Armijo with the Cage Rats trailing by a run. Good chance here. Los Aceros 1-1. Misses low and in, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Francois now stands at third after his 2 steals here in the inning. Maybe he'll steal home. That would be something, as Armijo swings and misses at a ball in the dirt, 2-2. Good rockin' atmosphere we have here in Westminster. That's Armijo looking to maintain his torrid pace offensively. 2-2. That one's grounded to short. That'll bring home a run. Armijo looking to beat out the throw. He does it, but he brings home Francois. It's now 1-1 here in the top of the second inning. Francois singles, and his speed around the bases basically gifts the Cage Rats an early run to tie things here in the second.
Up next for the Cage Rats, the right fielder of Glendale Community College, number 82, Troy Scott.
As Troy Scott, the newcomer, his first game in Sunset League play, steps in, wearing number 82. The newcomer for the roster, just recently added. It's Los Aceros' first pitch to him. Is lifted into left field. This one will drop in for a 1-out single. A lot of fly ball singles in the early going for both sides, as Scott promptly comes in. First pitch he sees, lifts into left. And welcome to the Cage Rats, Mr. Scott. He's got a first single in Sunset League play. Here's Tito Robles. And here at La Quinta High School, it's about, what I've been told, 320 down the lines. No official demarcations either way, but looks like a good field for somebody to hit it out as Tito Robles. First pitch, swings and misses. 0-1, a good candidate to do so. Robles looking for a big home run. He's been bidding for one, hitting it off the deepest part of the field against the Sentinels in Jackie Robinson Memorial Field at Brookhurst Park. As Robles fouls it straight up and off the screen, 0-2. Might be the one candidate in the early going for the Cage Rats to hit one out, as he's been moved down the lineup from his 3 or 4 spot now to the 8th spot. Maybe Joe Magno looking to send a message that's there. Robles takes well outside 1 and 2. Standing at first, Scott. We'll see if he takes off here. The K-Drats have been not shy about stealing bases. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out, 1 on here in the second. We're knotted up at 1. Robles fouls it off the top of the screen.
Everybody clap.
And there's the screen atop this chain link fence that guards us here. So if a pop-up goes straight up off the bat, it is a dead ball. So that's a good thing for the hitters. Any pop-up straight up behind home plate will not be caught, as they will be dead balls instead. Los Aceros 1-2 is a fastball cut on and missed for strike 3. Robles chases out of the zone for out number 2. Here's Joey Gold. Los Aceros went there with the 0-2. Looking to see if Robles would chase once. Doesn't there. Now it's Gold with 2 outs and a runner at first. Los Aceros, the long locks. First pitch to Joey Gold. Lifts it into shallow left center. And it will be caught by Jaden Lopez for out number 3. So a lot of fly balls here in the early going. But it's 1-1 after an inning and a half to the bottom of the second. Cassian trots out. The K-Drats get one back after an RBI ground out from Calix Armijo, driving home Julian Francois, who steals 2 as we head to the bottom of the second. Here's Brett Zink to lead things off for the OC Legends, bottom of the second inning, in a 1-1 tie between the K-Drats and the OC Legends. First pitch from Cassian is skipped to home plate. Ball 1 to Zink. It's Zink, Lopez, Ruiz, Armand, and Dinerman. Cassian giving up 3 hits in that first inning. First pitch, or the 1-0 actually hits Zink right in the elbow. Takes one for the team. And we'll go trot down to first base as both teams getting leadoff base runners. Actually, just the Legends getting there first. But here's Jaden Lopez. So Lopez steps in with 1 on, nobody out. Cassian looks once, fires home. That one's lifted up the middle, just over the glove of Cassian into center. And it's first and second. Lopez with the single. It's now a mini rally for the Legends, who look to unbreak the tie. Comes Ryan Ruiz. We'll see if the Legends decide to bunt here. Ruiz, the catcher, with 2 on, nobody out. Cassian giving up 4 hits in the early going, and that one misses upstairs 1-0. Doesn't throw very hard, but looks to locate the fastball with some movement. He mixes in a changeup and a slider and a breaking ball, sometimes even throws a slurve, but likes more fastball, curveball, changeup. And this one misses up and in. 2-0 to Ruiz. Standing at second is Zank, who was hit by a pitch to lead off the inning. Then Lopez promptly banged one up the middle for a base knock. Ruiz with the 2-0 count. Lifts it out of play down the left field line. Suarez gives it a look before running out of real estate. To Ruiz, Armand, and Dinnerman as it's 8, 9, and 10 in this lineup for the Legends. Up to hit. Two balls and a strike. Pitch is lifted to left. Suarez standing right there, maybe a step or two to his right, and makes the catch for out number 1. Both left fielders, Suarez and Lopez, having lots of fly balls come their way. Busy days for the left fielders. One out. Here's Justin Armand. So Justin Armand comes in. 2 on. 1 out. Cassian's first pitch misses. A little inside, 1-0. Look to throw the breaking ball that starts kind of head level and then breaks down in. 1 ball, no strikes. Cassian's pitch is a fastball that misses low, 2-0. The inability to locate early for Cassian, as it looks to be one of the K-Drats getting warm in the pen early on. The 2-0 popped up and out of play towards the first base side over the K-Drats visiting dugout. And it's now 2-1. K-Drats used 5 pitchers yesterday. Yes, 5 in 9 innings. Each and every one of them gave up 2 runs or more. In an 11-9 loss to the Sentinels as the 2-1 is foul tipped right back to us, 2-2. So Cassian not looking to be the latest string of K-Drat pitching to give up at least 2 runs. Can even take that back to Sunday with Cortez giving up quite a few. Armijo, who came in the mound for 1 inning as the 2-2 breaking ball misses outside, 3-2. So K-Drat pitching has been struggling, of course. A lot of those struggles coming at home. It's a lot easier to struggle when a pop-up turns into a home run. The 3-2 popped up. Under it is Armijo, maybe a broken bat too, and he catches it for out number 2 on the edge of the infield. So Cassian battles back. Here's Sam Dinnerman.
Legends, the center fielder of Hope International University, number 23, Sam Dinnerman.
So Dinnerman steps in with 2 on. 1 out. Or 2 on, 2 out, excuse me, as the Legends looking to cash in with 2 outs. Dinnerman first pitch, popped up, but out of play. No balls and a strike. The Legends, winners over the Sliders yesterday, 11-10 at home. On Tuesday, went out to Trosky as the 0-1 is waved at and missed. 0-2 on the breaking ball by Cassian. Beat the Redbirds 11-8 as Riker Billingsley had a solid day with the home run out there in San Diego. And then a 6-0 shutout victory of the Bucks as the 0-2 hits the bat of Dinerman. He's saying it hit his elbow, but home umpire says it hit the bat. Dinerman says, hey, this hit my elbow. Umpire says, no, it hit your bat. So 0-2, still the Dinerman with 2 on and 2 out. The pitch is fouled straight back as he stays alive. Shutout victory of the Ventura County Bucks. Those have been the 3 wins since Saturday. They had Sunday and Monday off, but have kept the hot streak going into this week. All started with a win against East LA, 4-3, last Tuesday. As the fastball misses inside, 1-2. K-Drats dugout wanted a strike. That one just missing a little bit inside. But 4 of their last 5 wins have come since that 9-2 loss on Father's Day against the K-Drats. 1-2 is tipped into the glove, swung on and missed for strike 3. And it's the Legends who waste runners at first and second with nobody out, heading to the third. 1-1 heading to the third on the K-Drats Audio Network.
University of California, number 18, Jared Jeffrey.
Here we are, top of the third, tied at 1 apiece. Zach Anderson, Yoxheimer with you guys. As the Legends and K-Drats have both wasted glorious opportunities to score. And with first and second, nobody out as the first pitch by Los Acero to Jared Jeffrey misses up and outside, 1-0. It's Jeffrey at the bottom of the order, then Suarez, the leadoff hitter, and Bush. As Los Aceros 1-0. Called strike, 1-1. The K-Drats had first and second, nobody out. In the first, couldn't score. The Legends had the same opportunity, although it was the bottom of their order. As Jeffrey takes outside, 2-1. Los Aceros 2-1. Jeffrey swings and misses, 2-2. We'll see how long Cassian can go as he's worked through 2 innings and only given up a run, despite allowing 5 to reach. As Jeffrey takes upstairs 3-2. Wonder the same for the Legends. How long can Los Aceros go? 3-2 on its way. That one's lifted into left field for a base knock. And this will roll to the wall. Jeffrey hustling for 2, looking to slide in safely with the double, and an awkward slide into the bag, and he gets in there safely with the leadoff double. Wasn't the prettiest of slides, more like a belly flop and roll. It's like you have your 4th of July party and you lose the bet and you have to belly flop into the pool.
Number 0, Henry Torres.
After playing some cornhole, but Jeffrey, whatever it is, slides in or rolls in with a leadoff double to start the third. Here's Henry Suarez as the K-Drats look to take their first lead of the day. Last week, the K-Drats had 3 come-from-behind victories. Looking to do that here today, trailing early 1-0, tied it in the second inning as Suarez squares to bunt and fouls it straight back 0-1. Suarez, Bush, and Enriquez, 1, 2, and 3 in the lineup. Looking to score. Jeffrey at second. Isn't exactly the fleetest of foot, so we need a good hit to find a gap to score him from second base. Palm trees overlooking us in the outfield. The 0-1 from Los Aceros. Suarez squares the bunts. Tips into the glove for strike 2. That one was a little high. Joe Bagno stoic out there at third base. Probably Not the happiest camper right now, asking his leadoff hitter to bunt. Hasn't gotten it down so far. Suarez, at least looking for a ground ball to the right side. Move the runner over to third. 0-2 from Los Aceto is upstairs and outside, 1-2. One ball, two strikes. Los Aceto battling against it here in the third. Long pause, comes home. Owens pops straight up and foul off the screen. 1-2. Suarez stays alive. One and two. We'll do it again. Suarez battling with two strikes, looking to move the runner over. Nothing really crushed so far today on either side. Just singles as Suarez lines it off the glove of the shortstop into center field. Lopez hustles to third, and that one's a single by Suarez right off the glove of Santoyo. And actually, it'll be ruled an error in E6. That was right in his glove. Couldn't be any more perfect for a line drive in your glove, and it pops right out. And Jeffrey was running to third, and he would have been doubled off at second. And the K-Drats had an adventurous day on the bases yesterday with the bases loaded twice. With the bases loaded and one out. They did not score due to base running blunders. Here they are today, taking advantage of an early error by the Legends. First and third, nobody out. First pitch is a called strike. Taking off and stealing second is Suarez. It was a fake throw by Ruiz as he now throws to third. Jeffrey not too far off the bag. So second and third, nobody out for Jason Bush, who steps in with his second plate appearance. Walked back in the first inning. Looking to drive home some more runs. Had 5 RBIs yesterday. The 0-1. And Bush fouls it back 0-2. Hit a grand slam off a lefty yesterday, a soft-tossing lefty from the Sentinels, facing the same from Los Aceto today. 2 on, nobody out here in the third, 1-1 our score. Corner infielders playing in, but at short and second, they're playing back, expecting a ground ball hit their way. Bush looking to lift one to the outfield, the 0-2. Misses upstairs, 1-2. One ball, two strikes. Bush battling at the plate. Here's the pitch. Cut on and missed. Strike 3. And the first out of the inning. As Bush late on that swing. Maybe decided late, all right, it's upstairs, I can swing at it, but comes up empty. And here's Jonathan Enriquez. If there was ever a spot to lay down a bunt, this would be the time. Corner infielders now moving a little bit back as Enriquez steps up to home plate, but good candidate to bunt, push it towards the first base side. You'd score 1, maybe 2 runs. As Enriquez takes a called strike, 0-1. Enriquez was at home plate twice yesterday as the home plate umpire took his bat from him and drew a batter's box with the chalk all gone just to make a new one as Enriquez grounds it right to second base. That will drive home another K-Drats run. Coming home to score is Jeffrey. It's now 2-1 K-Drats. Moving to third is Suarez, and Enriquez does a job, making it 2-1 Rats here in the third. Now it's Matt Costopoulos who steps in with a runner at third and 2 outs. The K-Drats lead by a run. Costopoulos looking to add on to the run total. Suarez and the K-Drats taking advantage of an error at short by Santoyo. Costopoulos ready to rock and roll at home plate. Los Aceto looking to fire and misses upstairs, 1-0. Costapolis looking for another RBI. He's come up big the last few games, ranging back from that Friday night game against the Sentinels. I believe it's an RBI at least. 4 out of the last 5 games as Costapolis swings and misses 1-1. So 3 of the last 4 games, he's had an RBI for the Cage-Rats. Costapolis looking to make it 4 out of 5. 1-1 the count. Cage-Rats already up by a run here in the third. Looking for more. Costapolis lifts it up in left center. This is playable though. And caught out there by Sam Ditterman for out number 3. So after 2.5, the Cage-Rats get a leadoff double. Take advantage of an error at short. Get an RBI ground out for their second run of the game. 2-1 heading to the bottom of the third on the Cage-Rats Audio Network. Back to the top of the order for the Legends here in the bottom of the third. It's Justin Santoyo, Jenkins, and Sicoli for the Legends as the Cage-Rats lead 2-1. Santoyo chops it right to Armijo at second, gets a big hop, has to be quick with it, and he throws it over to Jeffrey at first for out number 1. Cassian getting an early quick out. Santoyo, who made the error in the top of the third, getting a tone for it as he's now 0 for 2 heading back to the dugout. Miles Jenkins, first at bat, line to double to right center, came around to score. On a base hit by Sicoli. First pitch from Cassian to Jenkins is a breaking ball that spins low, 1-0. One ball and no strikes. Big separator in this game for the Sunset League standings as Cassian misses just a little low and inside, 2-0. Cage-Rats 6-5. The Legends just behind them at 5-5 as the 2-0 misses up and in 3-0. Going with the fastball this time. The 3-0 actually misses low for ball 4. So Jenkins reaches with 1 out for the second time. We'll see if he takes off.
Number 34, John Sicoli.
As Sicoli steps in. Cage-Rats just a half game ahead of the Legends in the standings, so the winner of today's game will have sole position of third place. As first pitch to Sicoli is a strike, 0-1. Legends win, they'll be 6-5, and the Cage-Rats lose, they'll drop to 500 for the first time today. As the ball kicks away from Jeffrey, and advancing is Jenkins. So an error on the Cage-Rats. Jenkins now at second base. The throw went to Jeffrey when nobody was really paying attention. It kicked away, and now Jenkins in scoring position here for Sicoli. Waves and misses, 0-2. Cassian looking to escape another inning with a runner in scoring position by only giving up 1 run through 3 as the 0-2 is fouled at home plate for strike 2. Zuccoli has an RBI single already today. Was thrown out at second base, looking to advance on his single to center field. Breaking ball, hammered to Jeffrey at first. He gets the hop. Will beat Zuccoli to the back for out number 2. But advancing to third is Jenkins. So the second out of the inning, here's Tommy Thrasher, the DH.
For the Legends, number 24, Tommy Thrasher.
K-Drats lose today. They'll be .500 for the first time this summer. They started off 2-0 and haven't looked back. But with their 2-game losing streak, looking to get their way back to 2 games over at .500 at least as Thrasher swings and misses. A nice breaking ball from Cassian. 2 pitchers on the bump today between the Legends and the K-Drats, who don't exactly throw the hardest, but using a lot of breaking pitches here today. A lot of off speed as the 0-1. Another breaking ball cut on and missed. Strike 2. Los Acero doing the same. Just from the left side, Cassian working out of the stretch, just looking to locate a fastball and then spin a breaking ball, and he's been using the breaking ball with success recently. Goes fastball, bounces it to home plate for a ball, 1-2. Both teams have had opportunities early. It's been the K-Drats who have manufactured runs. The Legends took advantage of an early opportunity. 2-1 here in the third. K-Drats lead by a run. That one's grounded foul as Thrasher stays alive. One ball and 2 strikes. Tying run at third base with 2 outs. Thrasher takes called. Strike 3. Cassian immediately sprints off the mound. K-Drats will give him 5 as through 3 innings. It's 2-1 K-Drats. The K-Drats Audio Network. here we are, top of the fourth inning. Zach Anderson, Yoxheimer with you guys. Finally, I have our first pitching change of the day. It's Toby Welty, 6'4" righty out of Colorado Springs. Went to Colby Community College, played college ball, now moved over to Vanguard. Just had one of their best seasons in program history, alongside with Legends teammate on the roster, Matt Land. Not playing today, though, but Welty steps on the bump, taking on for Los Acero, who went through 3 innings, gave up 2 runs. The K-Drats manufacturing 2 runs. Here's Julian Francois, who led off the second inning against Los Acero. Got a single, stole second, stole third, before Armijo drove him in with an RBI ground out. Welty, the big righty, big change in perspective from soft-tossing lefty to big righty. Fastball, that one's lifted right into the glove at second base by Miles Jenkins, who will catch it. First pitch swing by Francois. Looks like a nice little fanfare for Welty as well.
Up next for the K-Drats, number 35, Calix Armijo.
Here's Calix Armijo, who steps in, 1 out, nobody on, after Francois lines out on the first pitch of the inning. Welty working from the stretch, the big righty. From Colorado, his first pitch, as Armijo takes low, 1-0. So Sterling Los Acero, his day is done. Toby Welty. The 1-0 on its way. Armijo takes inside, and immediately you can just notice the jump in velocity. You have a lefty who's just tossing with breaking balls. A little two-seam movement away from righties into lefties. And now here's Armijo and the K-Drats, who are probably looking forward to a little uptick in velocity. It's the 2-0. Here's a called strike 2-1. Armijo followed up by Troy Scott, the new K-Drat who came in and got a hit in his first pitch he saw in Sunset League play. Welty's 2-1 is cut on a miss at a ball in the dirt, 2-2. 2-1 here in the fourth. K-Drats lead by a run. They trailed after the first by a run, but have tacked on a run in the second and the third after squandering what I thought would have been their best opportunity. With first and second, nobody out in the first inning, couldn't score. 2 strikes to Armijo, and he takes called strike 3. He takes it looking. With 2 outs, nobody on. Here is Troy Scott once again. Today's right fielder.
Number 82, Troy Scott.
Scott reaches, it'll be Tito Robles. Only the 3rd K today for Legends pitching here in the 4th inning. A lot of balls put in play. Pitch to Scott on its way from Welty. Fastball that just misses upstairs, 1-0. One of Welty's favorite memories from playing in college ball is basically staying in hotels with his teammates. As the 1-0, a fastball in the inside corner for a strike, 1-1, and with that, the obligatory cheer from his little mini fan base. There's a pocket of fans who arrived together. This guy, who are they cheering for? It's Toby Welty, today's relief pitcher for the Legends. It's 1-1. Skips to home plate for ball 2. Looking to complete the first 1-2-3 inning on the day for either side. Cassian's gone through 3 innings, but allowed runners on in every time. Los Acero allowed base runners in each and every inning he pitched. Troy Scott, the 2-1. As Toby Welty takes his time to pitch, is strike 2. The oohs and ahs from the crowd. Feeling the heat from Welty. The junior who will get to return to Vanguard next year, look to repeat their successful campaign this year. 2-2. And that plugs Troy Scott with 2 outs and 2 strikes, the second time he's reached. So a 2-out runner for Tito Robles looking to drive in.
Number 5, Tito Robles.
Vanguard squad went 40-16 in their season this year here in 2021. As Robles stands in, his first at-bat was a swinging strikeout as he moves down to the 8th spot today. Welty blows it past his bat. He swings and misses 0-1. Short lead at first for Scott and a 2-1 scoreline. The Cage-Rats lead by a run here in the 4th. Welty, a quick look at the runner at first base, not in time. Oh and 1. Robles takes his time. Welty comes home and he swings and misses again. 0-2. So by plunking Scott on the 2-strike pitch, it takes away the first chance today that we'd have a 1-2-3 inning. Yesterday they were few and far between. Cage-Rats, after having runners on in what seemed to be like every single inning, went down 1-2-3 in the 9th as Robles lifts it to deep left field. You can watch that one get out of here. A 2-run home run for Robles. Crushes it with 2 outs and 2 strikes. So Welty plunks Scott with 2 outs and 2 strikes. Robles with a big grin on his face. It's 4-1 Cage-Rats as Robles smokes it over left field. Even showcasing somewhat of a new haircut too. And they put on the cheese head in the dugout for whoever hits the home run as the Cage-Rats lead by 3. You extend the inning. You have some pop at the bottom of the lineup, and the Cage-Rats take advantage. They manufacture early and destroy late. 4-1, the Rats lead by 3. Here's Joey Gold, who grounds it to third. On the first pitch, the throw across the diamond for out number 3. Nice play there by John Shakur. But after an inning, Welty comes in and gives up a 2-run home run to Tito Robles. And it's 4-1 heading to the bottom of the 4th inning on the Cage-Rats Audio Network. John Shuker comes in as his Legends are losing 4-1 here in the bottom of the 4th. Jose Casillan still on the bump for the Cage-Rats after Tito Robles' 2-out, 2-run home run extends their lead to 3. It's Shuker, Zank, and Lopez. His first pitch misses low, 1-0. 5, 6, and 7 in the Legends lineup. As the Cage-Rats hit home runs now in 3 consecutive games. As Shuker takes strike 1. Still looking for our first 1-2-3 inning on either side. Welty came in, fired strikes, got Francois out on a line out. Struck out Armijo. Looked to be ahead of Scott before hitting him with 2 strikes. And then Robles looked to be overpowered on his first 2 swings before connecting on a ball inside. No doubt about it. It's the 1-1 on its way. Breaking ball popped up, but foul. 1-2. One and two, Cassian locating better. Won't say well, but better as the 1-2 is fouled straight up. Bush gives a look, but that netting above home plate saves a lot of baseballs. The Cage Rats are at home in Long Beach. We have lost about 17 foul balls by now, but with the netting just above us here, goes up, a lot less outs. Put the ball in play as Cassian's 1-2 is grounded to third, booted by Robles, has to be quick with it. The long throw in time over to Jeffrey for out number 1. Hasn't come up on his hands a little bit, gets it clean, fires to first, and the first out here, the fourth.
Number 29, Brett Zank.
So here's Brett Zank. 1 out, nobody on. Cage Rats trailed early, now leading by 3. Almost identical scenario as this one's cued off the end of the bat to Jeffrey at first. Cassian has to cover the low throw. He digs it out and steps on the bag at first. He threw it low, did Jeffrey to Cassian. Digs it out while running towards first base. And quickly, 2 outs. Nice play by Cassian. As here comes Jaden Lopez, who's 1 for 1 today. 2 outs, nobody on. Jeffrey fields it. Cassian has to hustle over there, and not only does it field it cleanly, picks it up out of the ground like a first baseman himself after his first baseman throws it in the dirt. So 2 outs, here's Lopez, and the first pitch is low, ball 1. Hailing from UC Riverside, the Highlander. Cassian looking to get through 4 innings, which would be his longest appearance in Sunset League. This is chopped high to Armijo at second. He turns, whirls to first, and it's not dug out by Jeffrey. It was a high hop. Armijo fielded it, turned, did a full 360, then threw it in the dirt. Jeffrey looking for a dig at first base, can't do so. And that is a 2-out base runner just when we were about to have our first 1-2-3 inning here in the 4th. Error charge to Armijo with 2 outs. And some life here in the 4th inning for the Legends as the error by the second baseman Armijo called strike to Ruiz, 0-1. All 3 of those chopped on the ground. 1 to third, 1 to first, 1 to second. We'll see if Ruiz will pepper 1 to short to Francois. That ball in the dirt. Bush has a strong throw to second. Francois has Lopez in between the 2 innings with 3 outs as Francois and Lopez have a big bear hug for out number 3. Not sure if they're friends or if that was not so friendly, but quick hug and an easy throw out of Lopez going to second. So after 4 innings, we head to the 5th. Cage Rats lead 4-1 on the Cage Rats Audio Network. 4-1, top 5. The Cage Rats leading 4-1 over the OC Legends. As the umpires are having words with the Cage Rat dugout. Joe Magno talking to his own dugout too. We just got done with a brawl on Saturday. I'm not ready for another one. Andy Vega will be due to come back on Saturday after his 3-game suspension. James Brandon was suspended for 5 games. He'll be back next week at some point, eligible to return for Sunset League play. Xavier Stewart made his appearance yesterday in his 1-game absence as Jeffrey takes outside 1-0. Jeffrey, Suarez, and Bush 10-1-2 due up for the Cage Rats here in the 5th. Toby Welty gave up 2 runs in the top of the 4th as we're here in the 5th. Jeffrey today has a double and a run scored. Still have yet to have a 1-2-3 inning. That's the 1-0 from Welty on its way. Jeffrey swings and misses. It's an odd game today. We have a good pace, but nobody's been getting out 1-2-3. You would think those two things would go hand in hand, but not today so far. 1-1, Welty looking to keep the Legends in it. His pitch misses and skips to home plate, 2-1. To today's Cage Rat first baseman. I think some of the Cage Rats are reliving that last out where Bush threw out Lopez at second base, looking to advance on a ball in the dirt. A weird bear hug tackle on an awkward tag as Jeffrey takes a strike on the inside corner, 2-2. Wonder if that's what got emotions not exactly flared up, but just kind of confused. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it's the same umpire who's standing at first base who was there on Saturday. As the 2-2, Jeffrey chops it through the left side of the infield, picked up and firing to first, and a nice play at third by Shukur for out number 1 of the inning. Here's Henry Suarez, who's reached twice today. Singled in the first, reached on an error in the third, and stole second. Looking to reach for 3 times. Be a good leadoff hitter. Looks to be an arm throwing in the pen for the Cage Rats, but Cassian's only gotten better as the game's progressed. Especially when the moments called for it, as the pitch to Suarez is fastball inside, 1-0. He escaped a first and second situation with nobody out in the third. In the fourth, almost had his first 1-2-3 inning of the day, but it was spoiled by an error with 2 outs. The 1-0 to Suarez from Welty. Fastball called strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Suarez followed up by Jason Bush. Suarez with some speed to him. Had a busy day in left field so far defensively. A couple of catches as the 1-1 misses low, 2-1. So we're near the halfway point of this one on July the 1st. Thursday afternoon. Cage Rats will have tomorrow off. Play Saturday morning. Have the 4th of July off before playing Monday afternoon. That one's blooped to right field, and it falls in for a bloop single for Henry Suarez. With 1 out, 1 on, here comes Jason Bush. Today with a walk and struck out swinging, those both against Los Acero. His first chance to come up and hit against Welty. Just finished up playing at New Mexico State. Looking to have aspirations for pro ball after this summer. Welty eyes Suarez at first. He takes off, big leg kick. Bush takes a strike, the throw to second, nowhere near the bag as Suarez steals second base. Welty was looking to have the long pause on the mound, but He went with the high leg kick. Suarez went on the first pitch. Steals second with ease. Bush takes the first pitch strike. Now as a runner in scoring position with 1 out. K-Drats lead by 3, looking for more here in the 5th. Welty, the 0-1. Bush lifts it to straightaway center. Going back to the wall, and it'll be caught by Dinerman against the wall. Tagging up is Suarez, and he'll get to third easily. Bush gives it a ride to the deepest part of the ballpark, but that's out number 2. Comes Jonathan Enriquez, who's 0 for 2 today, but has an RBI to his credit.
Number 57.
With 2 outs here in the inning, has to come through with a base hit. Was close to robbing Jack Strickland's game-tying home run yesterday in the 8th inning. Was about a foot or so shy of getting there. Here's the pitch to Enriquez, and takes the first pitch strike, 0-1. Was frustrated with himself. Thought he had a better chance to bring that one back into play, but couldn't do so, and Strickland bounced around the bases giddily as he tied the game at 9 in the 8th. And the K-Drats lost 11-9. The 0-1 is a ball in the dirt. Enriquez holds up on the breaking ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Suarez stands at third. Not a big backstop behind Ruiz, so even if it gets past him, if Welty at least covers home plate, not sure Suarez, unless he has a huge lead at third and a good break, would even score on a wild pitch. 1-1. Enriquez fouls it back, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The K-Drats looking for one more run here in the 5th. It's Suarez at third after his second hit of the ball game. First and only K-Drat with 2 hits in today's game, and a breaking ball called strike 3. That freezes Enriquez. That was nice. We haven't seen that exactly from Welty today, and through 2 innings he's pitched. He strands a runner at third and heading to the bottom of the 5th, halfway home, 4-1 K-Drats lead on the K-Drats Audio Network. Here we are, bottom 5. Zach Anderson, Yoxheimer with you guys. K-Drats lead 4-1 against the OC Legends. Here's Cassian's first pitch. Called strike, 0-1 to Ruiz, who had an 0-1 count. Make that a 1-1 count as there was a ball that kicked away from Bush. Lopez, the runner at first base, looked to break to second base, thinking he could advance on the wild pitch as the 0-1 is hammered into the glove of Jeffrey at first base. Good swing, good sting, but only an out for Ruiz. As Armand steps in with 1 out, nobody on. The bottom of the order due up for the Legends. 8, 9, and 10. As Cassian looks to step in and maybe get the first 1, 2, 3 inning of the game. We've been close, but so far not yet. The EH for the Legends in his first pitch from Cassian is a called strike on the outside corner. Cassian is not allowed a hit since the second inning. That one's chopped right to Armijo at second. Has to be quick with it, and he is low in the dirt, but Jeffrey digs it out for out number 2. So quickly, 2 outs, nobody on here in the 5th for the Legends, and here's Dinerman.
Number 23, Sam Ditterman.
If Cassian can get through this 5th inning, could qualify for the win today. You wonder how long Joe Magno will let him ride. 1 out away from going through 5. First pitch to the center fielder for the Legends is just outside, pops out the glove of Bush, 1-0. Here's Cassian, the 1-0. Is grounded right to short. Francois gets it quickly. Shuffles once, shuffles twice, the throw to first, and a 1-2-3 inning for Cassian and the Cage Rats, the first one for either side. And we head to the 6th. 4-1, the Cage Rats lead by 3. Cassian looking stronger and stronger as we keep moving on. Cage Rats up 4-1 as we head to the 6th. Here we are, top 6. Cage Rats lead 4-1 over the Legends. It's Matt Kostopoulos stepping in, leading things off against Toby Welty. It was Los Acero who went through 3 innings, gave up a couple of runs. Welty's gone through 2 innings and given up 2 runs after a Tito Robles 2-run blast in the 4th. Kostopoulos leading off this 6th inning. First pitch, Val tips it into the glove, 0-1. It's Kostopoulos, Francois, and Armijo. 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Cage Rats. Fluid changes for the Legends here in the 6th inning. We'll get to those in just a moment. Long pause for Welty comes home. The 0-1 misses low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Cassian through 3 hitless innings in the third, 4th, and 5th innings on the mound. Looks like there's Rafael Cortez out there in the bullpen throwing some pitches. He's been doing that for the last few innings, but Cassian's been so strong that Joe Magno's just left him out there. That's the 1-1, chopped to third. Shuker, long throw over to first in time to get Kostopoulos. Had to wait on the ball to bounce to his glove. Good throw, and Kostopoulos retired for the first out of the 6th inning. Here's Julian Francois with a big grin. Seen himself atop the lineup all the way at the bottom, and now here he is, right smack dab in the middle of it, hitting 5th. Welty's been living on the ground and somewhat by the strikeout as well. He's given up 1 hit in each inning. Francois was the first Cage Rat to face him, lined out as he takes a first pitch fastball outside, 1-0. Right to the second baseman. Francois takes Welty's 1-0 and lifts it in the outfield in right field. This will be in shallow right field, and a diving catch out there in right by the Legends. Francois robbed of his potential second hit of the day, and it's quickly 2 outs here in the 6th. So a great catch by the Legends in right. And now 2 outs, nobody on for Calix Armijo. I believe that was Brett Zank in right, but there have been a couple of changes. We'll get at those in between innings. Armijo lines that first pitch into the glove at third of Schuker. First pitch swinging is Armijo, but robbed at third. Good defensive play behind Welty, and we head to the bottom of the 6th. K-Drats still leading by 3, putting the ball in play, but the Legends playing defense for Mr. Welty. It's the Legends looking to come up and score some runs when we come back on the K-Drats Audio Network. Here we are, bottom 6. K-Drats lead by 3, 4-1, and there's a new pitcher on the bump for the K-Drats. As it's Jose Castellan. His day is done after 5 innings. Here's Rafael Cortez coming in relief now. Started on Sunday, didn't go that deep into the game. Was a part of a 10-1 K-Drats loss on Sunday to the East LA Dodgers as they split their back-to-back games last weekend. Castellan in line for the win. And now they bring in the lefty Cortez to switch things around. Some switches for the Legends. It was making that catch in right field, Ryan Guerrero, a diving, sliding catch, who came in for Brett Zank. You have Tony Accordino, who will come in as the EH spot. You have Jenkins moving from second base to shortstop, and Matt Land, who comes in to lead off this 6th inning. Land in the spot of Santoyo. Teammates with Toby Welty at Vanguard. Comes off the bench. The first time the K-Drats have seen him in a Legends uniform this summer. Was a strong reason why Vanguard went as deep as they did and got 40 wins in their 2021 campaign. Left-on-left matchup as the lefty Cortez. Fastball called strike, 0-1 to Land. So Land's first plate appearance against the K-Drats this summer. Takes outside, 1-1. Land, Jenkins, and Sicoli. 1, 2, and 3 against the new K-Drats pitcher in Cortez, looking to make up for Sunday's start. Fastball that's lined in the left center for a leadoff base knock for Land. He's looking to start the offensive momentum for the Legends, who've only scored 1. That was back in the first. They had runners on base in the 2nd and 3rd innings. Couldn't cash in any runs. And since the K-Drats have helped them off the scoreboard. Here's Miles Jenkins, who's reached twice. Doubled and scored in the first. Walked back in the 3rd. His 3rd plate appearance today. First time against Cortez. Takes a fastball upstairs, 1-0. So the K-Drats win. Castellan, more of a breaking ball. Get yourself out type pitcher to their strong lefty Cortez, who fires in a strike to Jenkins, while somewhat of an mirroring like image for the Legends. They went soft tossing lefty and then flame throwing righty Welty. 1-1. Jenkins pops it up towards the right field side, giving chase, and watching it go foul is in right field, still, I believe, to be Scott. So 1-1. That 1-2. Just missing foul. Jenkins at a foot or so from extra bases. Tying run in the on-deck circle in the form of Zicoli for the Legends. Looking for a rally as we reach the later stages of this one. 1-2 from Cortez on its way. That one's chopped right to short. Francois flips to second, and he will drop it at second base. So instead of what could have been at least one out at second, if you do it quickly and crisply, it would have been 2 outs. It's now first and second, nobody out. As an error.
Number 34, John Zicoli.
I believe it's the second error on Arbijo, reaching his land at second base. Jenkins at first. Zicoli stands in at the tying run here in the 6th. Nobody out. Cortez. First pitch is fouled away, 0-1. That's exactly what happened to Cortez on Sunday. It was an error at short by Ramirez, an infield error, and then that led to a disastrous inning where Cortez was unable to throw any strikes as that one's grounded foul towards the K-Drats dugout in the first base line. 0-2. That eventually led to Rafael Cortez giving up a grand slam to Delvin Gomez of East LA. The K-Drats never recovered. 0-2. Just misses 1-2. Looking to go to outside corner. Maybe just a little bit too far outside and a little upstairs. It's Zicoli, Thrasher, and Shuker. 3, 4, and 5 as the Legends have the right hitters up looking to score late. And this one's chopped foul again towards the first base line, but foul. K-Drats lead 4-1, bottom 6. The 1-2, chopped towards first. Jeffrey will toss it to Cortez, and he throws it away. Reaching safely, and nobody covering home plate. Bush picks it up. The Legends score 1. Moving to third is Jenkins. Jeffrey was too far from the bag. Cortez wasn't exactly close. He throws it over Cortez's head. And that one gets to the backstop. A free run for the Legends, who now have first and third. Nobody out. Back-to-back errors committed by the K-Drats.
For the Legends, number 24, Tommy Thrasher.
So an error at first by Jeffrey allows Zicoli to reach. Here's Thrasher up with runners at the corners, and now 4-2 game as Jenkins stays at third base with still nobody out here in the 6th. First pitch from Cortez is cut on and missed, 0-1. (4-2) our score. K-Drats lead by 2, but the tying runs on base for the Legends. Runner going, he's now picked off. Jeffrey has to be quick. Instead fakes the throw to second. They have the runner caught between third and home. Jeffrey throws to third, and Robles cannot tag out the runner as Jeffrey's throw is late. Cortez threw to first. Taking off was Zicoli. Jeffrey said, all right, let's fake the throw to second. He was looking to bait the runner Jenkins at third. Had him caught between third and home, but Jenkins still gets back to third safely. So now second and third, nobody out. Thrasher up in a favorable count, swings and misses. Now 2 strikes against him, but the tying runs in scoring position. Base hit, could score 2 to tie the game. One, 2. Chop towards third. Robles boots it. Looks to throw to first in time for out number 1. Had a lot of time as Thrasher was taking his time down the first base line. Was booted by Robles, who was playing in. Worked to his left, threw to first. Make sure neither of the runs score. And 1 out here in the 6th.
Number 27, John Schuker.
John Schuker with second and third, now one out after a play made by Robles. Almost was the third error of the inning for the Cage Rats. Schuker takes a first pitch, called strike, 0-1. It was a single by Land, then an error committed at second base, then an error committed by Jeffrey at first, throwing it away, allowing a run to score, and the runners to advance as the 0-1 misses in the dirt. 1-1. Jenkins went from first to third. Scoring from second was Land, allowing Sicoli to reach. Then they had the runner picked off and still couldn't get him out. Here's the 1-1 to Shakur. That one's lined into left field for a base hit. That'll score a run. It's now 4-3 as Shakur makes it first and third. Once again, it's 4-3. The Cage Rats still lead by a run here in the sixth. The Legends coming back now. Here's Ryan Guerrero now. His chance with first and third, one out here in the sixth. Going to third is Sicoli. Scoring is Jenkins. Shakur at first. And a fastball for a strike, 0-1, and some more shoddy defense behind Cortez, ruining another outing. 2 runs scoring against him here today. Should be out of the inning by now. The 0-1 is called strike 2 to Guerrero, who steps in for Brett Zank. Came in and made a diving catch in the top of the sixth. Now looks to come through with the stick here in the bottom of the sixth. Long look at first. The 0-2 is hammered foul. Staying alive is Guerrero. Oh and 2, one out. The 0-2. That one's grounded towards Jeffrey. Diving stop. Will he beat Guerrero to the bag? He does. Steps on the bag for out number 2. But scoring and tying the game is Sicoli. It's 4-4 now, and the go-ahead run, and Schuker goes to second base. As there's still 2 outs only in the inning, here comes Lopez.
Number 5, Jaden Lopez.
Nice diving stop by Jeffrey, reacting off the crack of the bat. But now a base hit by Lopez. Can make this a 5-4 game in favor of the Legends here in the sixth. First pitch, breaking ball, a strike as the lefty Cortez fires the lefty Lopez. Singled in the second, reached on an error back in the fourth. So 3 Cage Rats errors this game as this one kicks to the backstop past Bush, allowing Sicoli to get to third, make that Shakur to get to third. 1-1 now the count to Lopez, so Bush has to be a wall behind home plate. Make sure nothing can get past him. The 1-1 up and in, ball 2. Lopez looking to deliver a late run here for the Legends. Now tied 4-4 as that one's breaking ball in the dirt. 3-1 to Lopez. They've scored 3 here in the sixth on Cage Rats' misplays defensively. 2 errors, and they had a runner picked off and couldn't get him out. The 3-1, Cortez on the way. This is low in the dirt, ball 4. So first and third again now with 2 outs. Here's Ryan Ruiz. Cage Rats will have 7, 8, 9. Scott, Robles, and Gold.
Number 9, Ryan
Robles already with the home run today, so he stands as the most dangerous hitter in between those trio. And even Scott has a hit. The newest Cage Rat to Sunset League play. Ruiz steps in. First pitch, misses upstairs, 1-0. Cage Rats in danger of blowing another 3-run lead and lose as the 1-0 is chopped slowly in front of the mound. Here's Robles at third now to be quick to first, and he can't get it out of his glove. An infield single for Ruiz to make it 5-4 Legends. A 4-run sixth. Disaster strikes everywhere as Lopez goes to second, an infield single for Ruiz.
For the Legends, number 31 out of Chico State, Tony Accordino.
It was a high chopper, and Robles had to come in to make the play. Had to be quick with it, and there was no chances. Here's Tony Accordino with first and second, 2 outs, 5-4 Legends. As the first pitch misses inside, 1-0. Cortez gave up a single, then 2 errors in a row before the first out of the inning. As Accordino tips into the glove for strike 1. Standing at second is Lopez. At first is Ruiz with the go-ahead RBI. And a called strike 2 to Accordino, who comes in for Armin, the EH. Base hit here would add to the lead for the Legends. 1-2 on its way. Misses low, 2-2. Two outs, 2 on, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Deuces a little while. The pitch to Accordino. Called strike 3. We head to the 7th. The Legends lead 5-4 on the K-Drats Audio Network. Top of the 7th inning, it's 5-4. The Legends now lead the K-Drats after some defensive miscues. For the Rats in the bottom of the 6th, they gave up 4 runs as Cortez came in to relieve Castellan. And not only is Castellan no longer in line for the win, the K-Drats trailing by a run as Troy Scott takes the first pitch. Low for a ball, 1-0. It's Scott, Robles, and Gold, 7, 8, and 9 in the K-Drat lineup. On to pitch is Jackson Hutcherson from Whittier College. Be an incoming freshman, stands 6'1", a lefty. So the Legends go from a lefty pitcher to a tall, hard-throwing righty, back to a lefty, looking to keep the K-Drats off the scoreboard. 1-0 from Hutcherson. And Scott takes low, 2-0. Scott today singled and was hit by a pitch in the fourth, scored on the Robles home run. Looking to reach for the third time today, getting the start in right field. Hutcherson's 2-0. And that one misses inside. 3 balls and no strikes. Three on its way. Here's the pitch. And Scott fouling it straight back. 3-1. Joe Magno having a chat with Scott saying, it's 3-0. What are you doing there? Why are you swinging? But he swings away and fouls it back for a strike. It was a good pitch to hit. I wonder what Magno would have said if he hit it into the gap for a double. But at this stage in the game with the K-Drats trailing by a run, want to get base runners. It's 3-1. Wigley tap to third. Schuker has to be quick with it, and he has no play at first base. Scott reaches with an infield single. Almost the same exact ball that Ryan Ruiz, the catcher for the Legends, hit down the third base line to score. As Josh Hernandez, yesterday's leadoff hitter, coming off the bench, will pinch run and come into the game for Scott at first base. Hernandez in for Scott will be put in the outfield. Then you might see a switch in the outfield, moving Hernandez to center, or maybe you put Enriquez, keep him in center, and keep Hernandez in right. As Tito Robles steps in with a runner on with nobody out.
Number 22 to Pasadena City, Josh Hernandez.
So it's Hernandez, Robles, and Gold. Then Jared Jeffrey to follow. 3 errors total this game for the K-Drats. Hernandez, who stands at first base, had 2 errors defensively in yesterday's ball game in center. Sees the bench here today as Robles steps up. Tying run on base here in the top of the 7th. The first pitch hits Robles. So first and second, nobody out. Going to second is Hernandez. Robles reaches for the second time today. Now here's Joey Gold.
Joey Gold.
We'll see what the K-Drats do here. Do they bunt to move the runners over to second and third with Jeffrey and then Suarez up? Or do you let Gold swing away? Magno giving the signs down the third base line. This would be a spot where they would bunt before. They had Suarez attempt to bunt. He couldn't earlier in the game. They had first and second, nobody out in the first inning. Couldn't score. Now here they are trailing by a run and threatening in the 7th. Pitch from Hutcherson. Instead, a step off the rubber to scare Hernandez back to second. From a crafty lefty to a hard-throwing righty, back to a crafty lefty. Quick pitches as that one skips the home plates. Bunting and pulling back is Gold, and that's ball 1. Not far away enough for both runners to advance. Hernandez thought about it, quickly said no. Robles, wisely at first, doesn't run off his teammate at second base. Twice in the last 5 days, the K-Drats have had runners run into bases where guys were already occupying the base. Led to inning-ending situations. Once against the East LA Dodgers as Gold takes ball 2. Hernandez hustling to third, and Robles advances to second. That ball was behind Gold for ball 2 as he was attempting to bunt. Hernandez hesitant between second and third. It kicked away from Ruiz, and he eventually advances to third. Robles awaiting, saying, hey, is Hernandez going to go? Bounced off the backstop. I believe it's 2-0 the count. Hutcherson struggling with command early. It was 3-0 to Scott before he hit an infield single. on the 3-1. Hits Robles on the first pitch. 2-0 to Gold, missing inside and then behind his back. Nobody out, 2 runners in scoring position. That one misses low, ball 3 behind Gold to the backstop, but nobody can score. So for Hutcherson, that's 7 outside the zone to the first 3 hitters he's faced here in the 7th. The tying and go-ahead runs on base at second and third with still nobody out. Gold takes a called strike as Hutcherson finally hits the zone, hits the glove. The 3-1, Hutcherson ready, fires home. That one's lined right. One hop to the glove to land. A run will come in to score as there's a collision at first between Gold and Sicoli. But Land lets that bounce. The run scores.
Number 18, Jared
Robles
Jeffrey.
has to stay at second base. It's now 5-5 as Hernandez scores on the RBI ground out from Gould. But 1 out, runner at second. Here's Jared Jeffrey, looking to be the hero here in the 7th as we're tied at 5. Takes a first pitch strike. Five in the 7th. That's how you like it. One team going one way. Legends hot, the K-Drats cold. The 0-1, Robles getting a bigger lead. Suarez grounds this one up the middle slowly. Jenkins, the new shortstop, fires to first. And the first baseman, Sicoli, comes off the bag too early. And now it's first and third, still only 1 out as Robles advances to third. Now here's Henry Suarez. Only 1 out here in the 7th. And it's the Legends making some defensive miscues.
Number 0, Henry Suarez.
Looked to be a good throw. Sicoli was on the bag until he wasn't. Just in time for Jeffrey to reach safely. This would be a good spot for the K-Drats to look to safety squeeze down the first base line. If Robles can get a good lead, you have Suarez capable of handling the bat. As Hutcherson in a 5-5 game here in the 7th. The pitch, he squares to bunts and pulls back, takes for a ball, 1-0. Suarez, then Jason Bush, who yesterday hit a go-ahead grand slam in the 7th inning. Might stand to be in the same spot here in the 7th today. Robles at third. Jeffrey standing at first. The lefty Hutcherson. 1-1, 1-0. Misses behind the back of Suarez as Jeffrey was taken off with the pitch. That's the 3rd time Hutcherson has thrown it behind Suarez as Jeffrey was stealing on the pitch. It's now 2-0 to Suarez. It's now time will be called. We'll take time with them in a 5 game, 2-0 the count, second and third, 1 out on the K-Drats Audio Network. Two 2-0 the count. Henry Suarez as we rejoin you guys. 2-0, 1 out, 2 on, second and third. 5-5 our score in the top of the 7th inning. Hutcherson battling against it. Suarez looking to drive home the go-ahead run. Squares to bunt, takes low. Robles breaks for the plate. Here's the throw, the tag. In time to get Robles at home plate. A great play by Ruiz, flipping it to Hutcherson. As I mentioned before, we have a small backstop, so a kick to Ruiz. Hutcherson hustling to home plate, and Robles thrown out at the plate. What would have been the go-ahead run, instead it's 3-0 to Suarez. Jeffrey goes to third on the third wild pitch of the inning. Second or third. And instead, the K-Drats don't have the lead. It's 5-5. 2 outs now, but Suarez ahead in the count 3-0. The pitch. A called strike to Suarez, 3-1. Three balls and a strike. Suarez looking for a 2-out base knock. He's got 2 hits today as the leadoff hitter. Hutcherson's 3-1. Lifted to right field. Right there is Guerrero, and he makes the catch for out number 3. Escaping a jam is Hutcherson. Tiptoeing. 3 wild pitches. Throws one, and it results in an out. The K-Drats can't score to take their lead. They do tie it. Heading to the bottom of the 7th, it's tied as we stretch at 5 on the K-Drats Audio Network. Zach Anderson, Yock Simmer with you guys, and we have ourselves another back-and-forth wild ball game. It's 5-5 here in the bottom of the 7th. Legends up to hit. First pitch is swung on and missed by Sam Dinnerman. 10-1-2 due up for the Legends as that fastball right past the bat. From the hands of Cortez. 4 runs scored by the Legends in the 6th, 1 by the K-Drats in the top half of the 7th as the 0-1 misses inside as they tied the game. But again, they could not score with second and third and 1 out with the game tied as Dinnerman chops it to second. Armijo gets it cleanly over to first and out number 1 here in this 7th inning. Robles thrown out at home plate on the wild pitch as here comes Matt Land and a base hit in his first AB. The sun shining right at home plate, so he wears the shades to get a good look and swing the bat. Hutcherson wasn't exactly effective on the mound through 3 pitches behind 2 K-Drats. Just that wild as the first pitch to Land. This is outside, 1-0. Land, then Jenkins with 1 out, nobody on here in the 7th. As the off-speed misses upstairs, 1-1. Excuse me, 2-0. Not sure what I was thinking. 2 balls, no strikes. As Cortez, that one cued off the other side of the bat. Francois deep in the hole, quick throw to first, not in time. A second single for Lands. Hits it the other way, and Francois, who is shaded closer to the middle of the diamonds. Quick play, but not in time to get the out at first base. So Land on for the second time. He led off the 6th inning with the single to left center. Came home to score in a 4-run 6th. That saw the Legends go down from 4-1 to up 5-4. Here's Miles Jenkins, who's reached 3 times today. First pitch misses inside, 1-0. we're just about to reach the 2-hour mark here in La Quinta, or at the La Quinta High School, as Jenkins fouls it straight back, 1-1. La Quinta High School in Westminster. One out, one on, 1 ball, 1 strike. We're tied at 5 here in the home half of the 7th. Cortez comes home, and that one's lifted to right field, giving chase. It's Hernandez going against the wall, and he will make the catch. And they throw it to first to double and stand on the first base bag for a double play. So Hernandez makes a great catch, crashing into the wall, and then throws out the runner at first base to double off the runner in lands. There looked to be no chance that Hernandez would make the play in right field. He made 2 defensive errors yesterday, but makes a web gem today. So the Legends run themselves out of an inning, although that was just an outstanding double play to end the 7th. Heading to the 8th, the K-Drats and Legends still tied at 5 on the K-Drats Audio Network. Top of the 8th inning, 5-5 score between the K-Drats and OC Legends. Here's Jason Bush, who steps in to lead off this 8th inning. It's 2, 3, and 4. Bush, Enriquez, and Costopoulos against Jackson Hutcherson. Bush thinks about a bunt, pulls back. 1-0. He laid down a bunt hit the other day. Hutcherson looking to regain some of his control. Looking to play ball at Whittier College. Isn't exactly poetic on the mound at the moment as Bush lines this one ground ball to the right side for a base knock right past land, and the K-Drats have the go-ahead run on base. Bush coming through with his first base hit today. Now here's Jonathan Enriquez. It's Enriquez and Costopoulos, and then Julian Francois.
Jonathan Enriquez.
We'll see if they have Bush steal and maybe Enriquez bunt or something along those lines. Enriquez looking to put something in his pocket. Maybe might fall out of the hole in his pants that he currently has in his right pants pocket. Might pickpocket his own self. 5-5 score in the 8th. Hutcherson. Long look at first. Bush not going. That's a bunt right back to the mound. Hutcherson throws to first in time as Enriquez, with the sack bunt, moves Bush over to second base. 1-3 on the putout. First out of the 8th inning. It's up to Matt Costopoulos and Francois to come up here for the K-Drats in the 8th. 5-5. K-Drats trailed early 1-0, tied it in the 2nd at 1. In the 3rd, added on another, made it 2-1. Hit a 2-run home run from Tito Robles in the 4th. It was 4-1 to the bottom of the 6th inning before Cortez came in. Gave up 4 runs with no help from his defense today. Costopoulos ready, but Hutcherson has to step off to make sure Bush at second base goes back to the bag. Doesn't get too big of a lead. The Legends taking advantage of some sloppy defensive play, score 4. Cage Rats taking advantage of a little bit more sloppy play in the top of the 7th to tie it, but can't score to take the lead. And here we are, late stages again, another tie game as Costopolis takes low 1-0. As we've officially reached the 2-hour mark in this one, here in the 8th inning. Costopolis, the 1-0. That skips to home plate. Ball 2-0. Started just a little bit after 4:30, but this game's had quite the pace. Two 2-0 to Costopolis. Go-ahead run at second base with 1 out. Hutcherson looking to escape one more jam. The third pitcher of the day for the Legends, and he misses low 3-0. Eerily similar to what he did at the top of the 7th, but only gave up 1 run, where the Cage Rats seem somewhat destined to score more than a run. But the Cage Rats have been finding ways to not score runs more often than they've been able to get themselves manufacturing runs. Bush at second as the 3-0 cut on and missed by Costopolis, 3-1. Bush getting a small lead at second. Looking to get a little bigger. Hutcherson's 3-1. And Costopolis takes inside ball 4, first and second, now with 1 out, as Julian Francois steps in looking to be the hero for the Cage Rats now. Bush at second, Costopolis at first. And I mentioned how Francois would be one of the least likely candidates to hit into a double play, and lo and behold, he lined into an inning-ending double play with the bases loaded yesterday. Hit it right at second base, doubled off Armijo at second, ended the inning. First pitch to Francois, misses outside, 1-0. Hutcherson consistently missing the zone today. Comes back, the 1-0, and again misses outside, 2-0 in the right-handed batter's box. Consistently falling off with that right shoulder, his lead shoulder as a left-handed pitcher. And missing behind righties and well outside the lefties. 2-0. Francois has something closer to the plate, and it's called a strike, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 on, 1 out. Tie game in the 8th. The Cage Rats looking to jump ahead here. Hutcherson comes home. Francois swings and misses, 2-2. Great play to end the inning in the bottom of the 7th inning where Hernandez made a wall-crashing catch and then doubled off the runner back at first to end the 7th. So we've seen sloppy play, lots of it, and good hitting, and then also pretty solid defensive play. As Hutcherson steps off the rubber, make sure Bush gets a shorter lead, getting in Hutcherson's head. Two and two. One more look at second. Now Hutcherson comes home, and Francois waves and misses at a ball in the dirt for strike 3. Francois, I think, making to plead his case that he tipped it, but strike 3, 2 outs. And now here's Calix Armijo, the reigning Sunset League Player of the Week for the Cage Rats, looking to come through. Cage Rats have had back-to-back weeks of Sunset League Players of the Week with Andy Vega and Calix Armijo, and then this week's Pitcher of the Week, Bruce Yamamoto, as Armijo takes outside and low for ball 1. So despite back-to-back Player of the Week awards for players on the roster for the Cage Rats, they're only 6-5. Bush standing at second. getting a bigger and bigger lead, and a little bit too large there for Hutcherson as he steps off one more time. At least the third or fourth time he stepped off in this 8th inning. Armijo just looking for something to hit for a line drive. The pitch, and that hits Armijo. Inside, bases loaded now with 2 outs. Here's Josh Hernandez, made a great catch. Now looking to come through with the stick.
For the K-Trats, number 22.
We saw
Josh
Guerrero,
Hernandez.
the Legends right fielder, made a nice catch after he came in and then got an RBI. Hernandez looking to equal the feat as far as new right fielders coming in their first plate appearance of the day. Hutcherson being so far out of the zone and inconsistent, you might just get the go-ahead run by simply standing up there, not swinging the bat. First pitch, Hernandez takes in the dirt, ball 1. 1-0. A walk or hit by a pitch forces in a run in a 5-5 tie in the 8th. Hernandez has to be patient here. Hutcherson just got a big strikeout. K-Drats played small ball, gave up and out to get the runner in scoring position, as now Hernandez takes strike 1. Hutcherson looking to be effectively wild. Not wildly ineffective. Which basically means just consistently enough out of the zone to keep the hitters guessing whether it would be a strike or a ball. That's the 1-1. Misses upstairs, 2-1 as the K-Drat dugout coming alive. Two balls and a strike. Bases loaded for Hernandez. Hit a home run yesterday. Now looking to be the hero today. Hernandez waves and misses, 2-2. How many opportunities can the K-Drats waste today? Last 2 days, had the bases loaded a total of 4 times. They had 1 grand slam to drive in all 4 runs, but those other 3 opportunities, we'll see as Hernandez steps in 2-2 versus Hutcherson. The pitch, and Hernandez fouls it away. We'll do it again. Just staying alive with 2 strikes for the Legends. That was Sokoli, Thrasher, and Schuker. 3, 4, and 5 in their lineup. So both teams having the top of their order in the biggest spot of the game. Two and two. Hernandez looking for a big hit. The 2-2 fastball grounded to second. Right to land, fires to first, and that's out number 3. Again, Hutcherson escapes a jam. Leaves the bases loaded this time. It's 5-5 to the bottom of the 8th. The K-Drats Audio Network. Bottom of the 8th inning, it's 5-5. Zach Anderson Yoxheimer with you guys. The K-Drats and Legends still deadlocked. Here's John Zicoli, the first baseman today. Zicoli with a single, reached on an error by Jeffrey. A throwing error back in that disastrous 4-run 6th inning. Here's Rafael Cortez's first pitch. That's lined right in the glove of Francois. It's short. First pitch, 1 out. Got that enough on the hands of Zicoli. Gonna put swing on it, but not enough barrel. So here's Tommy Thrasher as Cortez has settled in at a 1-2-3 7th, technically, with the help of a double play and a great play in right field by Hernandez. Thrasher takes strike 1, 0-1. Single in the first, struck out looking in the third, rounded out in the 6th in his 4th plate appearance, his second one against Cortez. Here he goes, cut on and miss, strike 2. La Quinta, one of those tough places to play when you play a later game. 0-2. As Thrasher swings and misses, strike 3. Cortez settling in nicely on the mound as that's quickly 2 outs here in the 8th. Now here's John Shuker. Shuker with 2 outs, nobody on. Cortez in a rhythm on the mound. Just like he was against Signal Hill when he went 7 innings. Shuker grounds it up the middle for a base hit, a 2-out knock. Shuker with 2 hits today, both coming against Cortez. And a 2-out base runner here for the Legends as Ryan Guerrero steps up. Looking to come in clutch for the Legends. Short lead at first. Pitch to Guerrero. Misses inside, 1-0. It's the 4th hit given up by Cortez. There's the 1-0 to Guerrero. Misses, 2-0. By 5 in the 8th. Cortez is 2-0. Guerrero chops it to third. Robles has to be quick. The strong throw to first to Jeffrey, and it kicks away. It's now both runners advancing to second and third. They'll hold them as slipping is Hernandez. Backing up Jeffrey. They have to make sure he's okay, but that throw on the long hop to Jeffrey, he couldn't hang on. I think Guerrero would have beaten that out, but the error advances both runners to second and third. Shuker and third, Guerrero at second. Here's Jaden Lopez with 2 outs and a tie game in the 8th. It's a chance for the OC Legends to take their lead. Cortez, first pitch misses outside, 1-0. There's a 2-out knock by Shuker. Guerrero reaches. Now Lopez, his 4th plate appearance today. 1-0. Misses as Bush gets it cleanly, 2-0. The only time a ball kicked past the catcher with runner at third base, it resulted in an out. So I have to be proven wrong that a ball can get away and still score from third. 2-0. That's a breaking ball for a strike, 2-1. That was seen right on the hands of Cortez. Lopez took it for a strike. Cortez out of the stretch is 2-1. Misses upstairs, 3-1. 5-5. Go-ahead runs stand at second and third here with 2 outs in the 8th. The pitch. Called strike, 3-2. That one catches the outside corner at the knees. The Legends teammates just telling Lopez, use the barrel, swing the bat, get the base hit. 3-2. Fouled late. Good pitch to swing at, but fouls it off.
Everybody clap, 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 clap your hands.
Lopez today, 1 for 2. Singled, reached on an air, and walked. 3-2. Cut on and miss, strike 3, and Cortez strands a pair. Both pitchers dancing around in danger. Nothing to show for it either way. It's 5-5 heading to the 9th. K-Drats looking for a 9th inning win. They've been tied into the 9th once, and they won that one in San Diego, looking to do the same here in Westminster today, a week ago to the day where they won in the 9th on the K-Drats Audio Network. Here we are, tied in the 9th inning, 5-5. The K-Drats and OC Legends battling it out. Back-to-back days of exciting games. As it's Tito Robles to lead off the 9th inning for the K-Drats, 8, 9, and 10. Robles scored, and Jeffrey against the new pitcher, Nico Diaz. He started about a week and a half ago against the K-Drats. Took the loss. Robles today already has a home run. Diaz, who's played for 2 colleges, played for Wisconsin Parkside and then Cal State San Marcos, as Robles takes outside 1-0. Robles takes inside 2-0. Looking to get on, be the go-ahead run on base. 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch to Robles is fouled straight back. 2-1. Good pitch to hit for Robles, who's reached twice, homered. Back in the 4th. Got hit by a pitch in the 7th. Broke home on a wild pitch. Or what would have been a wild pitch, but then was nailed at the plate. He would be the go-ahead run at the moment if he scored, but now it's still tied here in the 9th. That one's cued off the end of the bat to first, and that's off the glove at first base. Quick play by Sokola. He throws it away. Had a chance to field it cleanly. Booted it, still had a chance to get him out. Diaz covering, overthrows his pitcher. Hits the dugout fence for the K-Drats in an error. The go-ahead run reaches here in the 9th. Robles on base.
Number 32, Joey Gold.
As Joey Gold steps in. Five. K-Drats looking for another dramatic 9th inning win. This would be their 2nd one of the year if they can get it. Runner goes. Bunt is laid down on the 3rd base line. Robles to 2nd. He will not go to 3rd as Robles was stealing. Gold bunts, gets it down, and it's now a runner at 2nd base with 1 out here in the 9th up to Jared Jeffrey. Going to 2nd is Robles. Jeffrey with a runner at 2nd base and only 1 out in a 5-5 tie in the 9th. And a first pitch strike to Jeffrey, 0-1. Henry Suarez, the top of the order, stands on deck. Nico Diaz, his 0-1. That one kicks away from home plate. Robles goes to third. A ball. 1-1 to Jeffrey is now Robles. Goes to third base on the wild pitch. One ball, one strike. The go-ahead run in the ninth inning stands at third base with one out. The Legends playing in on the infield, Jeffrey. The one ball, one strike count against him. Diaz, the new pitcher, as Jeffrey hits it foul. The Legends making an error to start the inning to allow Robles to reach. And it's now 1-2. One ball, two strikes. Diaz set on the bump to Jeffrey. Called strike three, freezes him, and there's now 2 outs here in the top of the ninth. And now here's Henry Suarez with 2 outs, as Suarez looks to be the hero. He's reached 3 times, 2 singles, reached on an error. Pair of stolen bases today with 2 outs in the ninth. As Jason Bush stands on deck, it's Suarez whose spot comes up here in the ninth. Diaz first pitch to Suarez, and he swings and misses 0-1. The 4th pitcher of the day for the Legends. Robles awaits at third. Already thrown out once at the plate. Suarez. Ready in the box. Diaz takes outside, 1-1. Five in the ninth. Couldn't get any more dramatic than being tied in the ninth inning 2 days in a row for the Cage Rats. The Legends won by a run yesterday. The Cage Rats lost by 2 as Suarez swings at a ball low at a breaking ball from Diaz, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 5-5. Robles stands at third for the Cage Rats. The go-ahead run. Diaz looking to escape the jam. 1-2. That one is tapped foul. Suarez staying alive. Maybe gets it off his left foot as he shakes it off. Hutcherson in innings 7 and 8. Flirted with danger. Extremely wild, but only gives up a run. Somehow, some way. But the Cage Rats beneficial for it, looking to come away with a win late here today. The 1-2. On its way. That one's looped into shallow right center. Guerrero right there standing underneath it and will make the catch for out number 3. So despite having the winning run and the go-ahead run at third base with only 1 out, the Cage Rats cannot come through and score the run. They'll have to hope for a 0 in the ninth, and we'll see what happens from there. 5-5 heading to the home half of the ninth as the Legends look to walk it off. Bottom of the ninth inning. Zach Anderson, Yoxheimer with you guys. It's 5-5 between the K-Drats and the OC Legends. They're on the road today here at La Quinta High School in Westminster, California, as Rafael Cortez looks to post a 0. It's the bottom third of the order for the Legends as well. 8, 9, and 10. Ruiz, Accordino, and Dinnerman. Cortez, his first pitch, a called strike, 0-1 to Ruiz. Had an RBI single back in the 6th that gave the Legends the brief 5-4 lead. And a breaking ball for strike 2. 0-2 quickly to Ruiz. K-Drats have not played extra innings this year. Cortez with the 0-2 as that one's popped up on the infield. Francois underneath it on the left side of the infield. At the edge of the grass, makes the catch. Route number 1.
For the Legends,
Tony Accordino.
Tony Accordino.
The K-Drats have not been involved in any walk-off wins or losses this year. They beat Trotsky in San Diego at Maranatha Christian Schools a week ago today with a 9th inning win on the road. Accordino, first pitch, chops it right to Armijo at second, fires to first, and quickly 2 outs here in the 9th. Sam Dinnerman looking to be a 2-out base runner now as Cortez
For the Legends, number 23, Sam Dinnerman.
has gone through 2 2/3 scoreless innings since that disastrous 6th. Dinnerman, 0 for 3 today. First pitch, he takes upstairs 1-0. Matt Land on deck, who despite coming off the bench is 2 for 2. So don't want to put Dinnerman on with 2 outs and have Land come up to the plate as he takes low and inside 2-0. Cortez with 2 outs, nobody on, misses upstairs in danger of putting on the winning run on base with 2 outs via a free pass. Needs to find the strike zone here. 3-0. Upstairs for ball 4, and there it is. Dinnerman reaches first on a 4-pitch walk. Here's Matt Land, who's got 2 hits, both against Cortez.
Number 2, Matt Land.
The second baseman out of Vanguard University. Runner at first with 2 outs. Cortez set. We'll see if Dinnerman takes off. First pitch to Land in the dirt. Bush has to throw to second. Dinnerman looks to slide. The tag applied. Not in time. A wild pitch. Dinnerman advanced to second base. The winning run now in scoring position for Land here in the 9th. Just when Cortez was cruising, misfires on 4 out of the zone to Dinnerman. First one in the dirt. Bush couldn't get out in front of it. Let's throw out the base runner. Is now a fastball upstairs to Land. Misses upstairs 2-0. Standing at second is the winning run, Dinnerman. The pitch, 2-0. Chopped right to Armijo. Gets the candy hop. Will fire to first. And that's out number 3. We're going to extra innings here in Westminster at La Quinta High School, as it's 5-5. As everybody's a little slow to get to the field, but 5-5 heading to the 10th. K-Drats, Legends. We have some more baseball today. 5-5 here in the 10th inning in Westminster at La Quinta High School. Zach Anderson, Yoxheimer with you guys. Here's Jason Bush to kick things off for the Cage-Rats. As the first pitch from Nico Diaz, a first pitch strike, 0-1. So Diaz looking to keep a 0 up for the Legends as the Cage-Rats going extras for the first time this season. For the Legends, I believe this is their second extra inning game. They beat the East LA Dodgers and their first extra inning game as the breaking ball snapped off for strike 2 to Bush as the Cage-Rats have 2, 3, and 4 due up. Bush, Enriquez, and Costopoulos. Bush chops it slowly to second. Land gets it cleanly, fires to first, and that's the first out of the inning.
Number 57, Jonathan Enriquez.
Here's Enriquez with 1 out, nobody on. Nico Diaz, who came in on the 9th, stranded the go-ahead run at third. Cage-Rats with Cortez stranded the winning run at second as Enriquez fouls it away, 0-1. Enriquez, if he can get on, has major speed. Gets on, would steal probably second or third, at least attempt to. Then you have major pop in the bat of Matt Costopoulos on deck, even if Enriquez doesn't reach. As the 0-1 from Diaz, that's one's upstairs, 1-1. That one to Enriquez, a called strike 2, 1-2. "5-5. The Cage-Rats had a 4-1 lead in the 6th. Blew it after 2 errors. Allowed 4 runs to come in for the Legends. The Cage-Rats tied it up immediately in the 7th. We've been deadlocked ever since. Diaz with his 1-2 is low in the dirt, 2-2. Enriquez just looking to get on. Start a big inning for the Cage-Rats. 2-2. Enriquez lifts it to center. This one is playable and will be caught in straightaway center by Dinnerman for out number 2. Here in the 10th, here's Matt Costopoulos. 2 outs, nobody on. Costopoulos has the pop in his bat to give the Cage-Rats the lead with 1 swing of the bat. If he doesn't reach, or if he does reach, Francois stands on deck. We'll see, though. The Cage-Rats have failed to get a hit in 7 chances against Diaz so far. First pitch, Costopoulos misses upstairs, 1-0. For the likes of the Legends, it'll be Jenkins, Sicoli, and Thrasher, 2, 3, and 4 due up in their home half of the 10th. 1-0 to Costopoulos is lifted to deep left center. That one's carrying, going back, and it is gone. No, it's still in play. A double for Costopoulos. Stays just in play. Costopoulos almost leaves the yard. The umpires are going to have to chat about this one. The Cage-Rat dugout is saying it was gone and came back. I thought that one left the yard. And it is a double with 2 outs. Cage-Rats are claiming it hit the tree and came back in. We have the sun in our faces here, so the umpires, myself, everybody else can't even see where that ball went. Brutal. But a 2-out double for Costopoulos, who thought he had a go-ahead home run. Instead, it's a double. They thought it hit a tree and came back in, but I think it either hit the top of the wall or just too tough to see. But here's Julian Francois after they put the runner at second base. And the first pitch strike to Francois. Breaking ball snapped off by Diaz. Costopoulos got a pitch to hit, but just missed going out. Not sure how close it was. It was the 0-1 to Francois. It's in the outside corner, or misses 1-1. Might be a little controversial thinking whether it was a home run or a double, but either way, it gets ruled as a double for Kostopoulos with 2 outs. In a tie game here in the 10th. 1-1, Francois lines it to center. Dinnerman moves to his right. Will make the catch for out number 3. Heading to the bottom of the 10th. 5-5, the K-Drats miss an opportunity to take the lead on the K-Drats Audio Network. Zach Anderson, Yox Sammer with you guys. Bottom 10, it's 5-5. The first time for the K-Drats this season, they've gone to extras. They thought Kostopoulos hit a go-ahead home run, but with the glare just over left center, beating down right in our eyes, nobody knew whether it was a home run or a double. As here comes Miles Jenkins. And he is hit with the first pitch from Cortez. The number 2 hitter hit by a pitch. Now the winning run at first base with nobody out. Here's John Sicoli, who comes up, looking to play the role of the hero here in the 10th. Cortez, who came in the 6th, looking to go 5 full in relief. First pitch to Sicoli is a ball upstairs, 1-0. Cortez allowed the winning run to get to second base with 2 outs. Didn't give it up, and still have plenty of daylight as the 1-0. Misses low 2-0, but first Cortez has to make sure to hurl another 0. He's put up 3 straight in innings 7, 8, and 9. Here's the pitch, and that's swung on and missed by Sicoli, 2-1. It's been 2 pitchers for the K-Drats today. Jose Castellon, who went 5. Left with a 3-run lead as Cortez, a nice, easy lollipop throw over to first. Nothing doing there for Jenkins. Castellon was in line for the win before defensive blunders left and right in the 6th for the K-Drats when Cortez came in. But he's been pretty solid ever since, as has the K-Drat defense. The 2-1, outside 3-1. We'll see if Cortez is running out of gas here in the 10th inning. K-Drats will have the day off tomorrow and kick things off on Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Another check on the runner at first base, 3-1. And one more check over at first on Jenkins. A little bit too concerned with Jenkins at first base when he's behind in the count to Sicoli. Cortez is 3-1, is fouled into the K-Drat dugout, 3-2. Looking for a big double play ball here. 3-2. Cortez. Jenkins dancing at first. That one's lined right into Francois' glove. It's short. He catches it for out number 1. Another stinger for Sicoli. Lines out to the shortstop for the 2nd consecutive AB. This time even harder Francois thought about doubling off Jenkins at first, but he wasn't far enough away. As here comes Tommy Thrasher. Thrasher today, 1 for 4. Has struck out twice. 0 for 2 against Cortez. First pitch to Thrasher is cut on and missed, 0-1. That sun slowly setting and just getting out of the hitter's eye for righties. Be right in the side of vision if you're a lefty, but Sicoli swinging pretty good on that last swing. The one is a called strike to Thrasher. 0-2. We'll see what time sunset is here for today in Westminster. That's the 0-2 to Thrasher. Cortez, runner going. Misses upstairs to throw from Bush. Tag to second. No tag. Is stealing second is Jenkins on the 0-2. So Jenkins now at second base with 1 out. 2 strikes to Thrasher, who only needs is a base hit to score the winning run. Suarez, Enriquez, and Hernandez, the 3 outfielders. Pretty solid arms as Thrasher swings and misses for strike 3 and the second out of the inning. He's 0 for 3 against Cortez with 2 Ks. As John Schuker, who's been seeing the ball rather well out of the hand of Cortez, is maybe the right guy you have up at the plate for the Legends. He's 2 for 2 against Cortez, looking for a 3-hit day and maybe a game-winning hit. That one's blooped to right field. Hernandez has to come in. It'll drop in. Hernandez, the throw home. Is it in time? No, it scores the winning run. 3 for 3 is Schuker. The walk-off knock, and the Legends win this one 6-5 in 10 innings. The K-Drats drop a heartbreaker for the second day in a row. A bloop single. That time, nothing that Cortez could do. As it was in on the hands of Schuker, he just dinks it in the right field side. Hernandez, Jeffrey, nothing they could do. It drops between them, and the K-Drats had their opportunities today. Lose this one by a final of 6-5. That's what the Legends improved the record to 6-5. As the K-Drats drop to 6-6 overall. 3 straight losses to East LA, the Sentinels, and today to the Legends, who walk it off. 4 consecutive wins for the Orange County Legends. With the walk-off winner here at home, K-Drats go to extras for the first time and lose it. It was back and forth. The K-Drats had a 4-1 lead in the 6th before 2 errors accounted for quite a few unearned runs. They tied it in the 7th inning after the Legends took a 5-4 lead heading to the 7th. They had the go-ahead run nailed at home plate after a ball kicked away from Ruiz behind the dish for OC. Robles was taken out. Then the 9th inning, he got to third base with 1 out. The K-Drats couldn't score. So plenty of opportunity for the California K-Drats to score the winning run, but they could not do it. The one solace is that on Saturday they'll get their Week 1 Sunset League Player of the Week, Andy Vega, back on Saturday after his 3-game suspension has been lifted. In those 3 games that Vega has missed, the K-Drats have gone 0-3. So that has been the one constant in those 3 losses. Also, you got to add on defensive miscues and base running blunders galore, wasting a solid start from Jose Casillan. And a game that lasts just over 2 hours and 40 minutes goes the way of the Legends, who are red hot. The K-Drats stumbling down the standings from number 2, and they're maybe in the 4th or 5th spot now on the edge of playoff contention instead of what was a first-round bye. We'll say goodnight. Talk to you again on Saturday from home at Clark Field at St. Anthony High School. I'm Zach Anderson Yoxheimer saying goodnight as the OC Legends walk it off on the K-Drats. K-Drats now 6-6. The Legends 6-5 as they win it 6-5 on the K-Drats Audio Network.